Hi there, it's Touek with Breathwork Beats. Welcome to another video tutorial. The music examples that you've just heard are made only from the samples from the Transformative Breathwork sample pack and production template that I've created recently. And in today's video I would like to dive deeper into the workflow of this production template and sample pack and give you a general, much deeper overview of what Transformative Breathwork sample pack and template is, and how you can work with it, how you can be creative with it, how you can play with it. So as I explained in one of my previous videos, this template is created with a specific mindset for beginners, with a specific mindset for the people who didn't have any experience with music production, and people who feel inspired by my work and my music and would like to create something similar in a similar vibe and in similar genres. So let's dive into it. Let's start with what Transformative Breathwork sample pack and production template is. It's available here for the purchase for €35. You can find the link for the purchase in the description of this video. And Transformative Breathwork sample pack includes 150 loops, and all of them are created in the tempo of 90 BPM and C minor scale. All the samples has been designed in the same tempo and key to play great with each other and allow you to create music throughout playful improvisation and instant inspiration. A technical note here would be that samples can be performed in the tempo between 85 and 95 BPM without any major sound differences and artifacts, but the most desirable output is playing in the original recording in 90 BPM. And the only technical requirement here is you need to have Ableton Live 10 or 11 version, and you can easily start using this template. So now we are in Ableton, where I just uploaded this template. You can see all of the different melodies and drum grooves over there. We are basically in the session view of Ableton. We are going to create our music idea in session view. The second view in the Ableton is arrangement view. This is the panel when you design your whole arrangement of the breathwork session or meditation session, or whatever, even like the arrangement of your song, for example, if you would like to create only songs with this template. So you can do it in the arrangement here. But for now we are going to the session view. We are going to explore different sounds here. I would like to give a brief explanation to you what kind of thinking was behind creating every of these kind of groups of sounds. And starting with nature ambient sound, I will be explaining basically what was behind the creation of this set of sounds, and I will be playing them, all of the samples one by one, to give you a feeling of how every single sound in this library sounds and looks like. So starting with nature ambient sound, I created this panel because I wanted to implement into breathing journeys some of the nature ambient sounds and noises to give the breather a feeling that it's an immersive sound journey, not only a piece of music, but it can give you a sense of journey inside the nature more. And it's been proven scientifically that nature ambient sounds has many positive benefits to our health and well-being, and by just simply listening to them and getting immersed in them, you can immediately start to regulate your nervous system and calm down really quickly. So this is something I wanted to have in this template. This is something I wanted to add specifically at the beginning of my breathing sessions and at the end of my breathing sessions, where I try to focus more on the relaxation and creating the mood for the breathing part inside, or for creating something at the end which are going to be much more relaxing, much more soothing, much more calming down. And I like to use this nature ambient sounds with some pieces of some ambient music, but I don't want to add too much on top of the ambient sounds at the beginning and at the end. I just want to use them as a nice background for the building of the whole story of the journey. Let's give it a listen. So these are the nature ambient sounds. The main theme here was mostly water sounds, including sea, water, rain, water stream. I wanted to have this cleansing and purifying effect of the water here. I really like the water sounds personally. I really like listening to them. They are calming me down, so I wanted to have a couple of water sound, nature ambient sounds here. Let's go to the breathing sounds. We have multiple breathing techniques. Whatever breathing technique you would like to choose for the whole session, you can use one breathing technique, but I like to combine different techniques together. And if I follow the rules of just knowing what I do here and have basic knowledge about how different breathing techniques works, I know what kind of effect I would like to get by implementing these breathing sounds inside the breathing round. So let's give a listen to these breathing sounds. These are breathing sounds. As you can hear, there is a reverb here implemented on top of the breathing sound to give this more spacious, more ambient kind of vibe. I like to implement a little bit of reverb on top of the breathing sound. And I also implement an EQ here. I don't want the lower frequencies of the breath or some kind of distortions when the breath was recorded to be in the mix and mix with all of the different pieces of music. I want the higher part of breath, the main part of the voice of the breath, of the sound of the breath, be present only here. So I just use a high pass filter here when the only frequencies in this range are going to be audible for the person who is listening to it. Another piece, main drums. Main drums are here to give the main rhythm for the breathing, to inspire the breather for breathing energetically and intensively. And I use the main drums mostly for this kind of more energetic, intense pieces of deep breathwork, of deep breathing. And I want to use them when I want to boost the tempo of the breathing, when I want to give a specific direct rhythm for deep breathing exercises mostly. Sometimes I use the main drums solo, and sometimes I add on top of the main drums different percussion sounds to give this drums even more powerful effect. And by only combining the main drums with different percussion sounds, you will get this really full, powerful rhythm and beat that you can just only put a breathing sound on top of it, and you can have a powerful soundtrack for the breathing round. Main drums are here to give me the main rhythm. Let's give a listen to them. These are main drums. In addition, we can add percussion drums in the mid range of frequency spectrum. Sometimes I like to use only percussion drums mid and percussion drums high only together. They are not as powerful, but gives you a stable, nice rhythm and groove, and can be used for more mellow and soothing down breathing exercises. I like to use them together without the main drums, for example, but also I like to use them with the combination of main drums with I like to have something more powerful. Let's give a listen to percussion drums mid. These are percussion drums mid, and on top of that, let's say I would like to add another layer of the drums which are in the higher range of frequency here. I like shaker grooves, tambourine grooves, hi-hats, all of these things in a higher spectrum, which gives you this extra groove on top of the beat that you already have. Let's give a listen to all of them. This is all about the drums here. Again, combine all of the drums together, all of these three pieces together. Try to use maybe only these two together and just play for yourself and just feel the flavor of the beat and the power of the beat and adjust it to your specific needs of your breathwork session. Another thing, I like to call it a bridge between the rhythmic parts and the melodic parts of the whole music that we are going to create here. These are the acoustic guitar strumming patterns that has a major melodies and chord progressions, and at the same time has this rhythmical strumming structure and groove that is going to give you the best of these two worlds of having a groove and rhythm and adding a melody. Let's give a listen to this acoustic guitar strumming samples. You will see that they are recorded in a different groove, they are recorded in different kind of flavor. Some of them are much more rich in higher frequencies, some of them are somewhere in the mid higher frequencies. Every one of them has a different unique flavor for the energy that it's giving. Let's give it a listen. You can see different rhythms, different grooves. Still, it's all in C minor scale. It's still kind of the same vibe, but a little bit different. And this is why music is so beautiful, because it's so nuanced, and every one of these pieces have a unique groove and unique small feeling, even though they are similar to each other. You will start to realize when you combine it with different instruments, with their own specific unique sounding and grooves, you will hear that them combining together will give even something else special. So this is the unique power of music and nuances in the music. On top of the acoustic strumming chords, I'm adding different melodies on different instruments, and it will include also different acoustic guitar, steel guitar, and handpan, which I played some melodies with the handpan plugins that I have. Let's dive into the melodies, this additional special flavor to our music. These are one of the most favorite music pieces in this template. I really like this kind of melodic guitar vibe and handpan. So let's move to the bass. Bass is giving our low end for the music. Bass is giving the fullness to the whole experience of the music, the foundation of the music. And I like to use the bass only with the melodies parts. I really like the groovy parts of the bass, also playing with the drums. Some of the bass lines that I've recorded here are playing the melodies, and some of the longer bass lines will give you a much more solid foundation for the more epic aspect of the music. I don't know how to call it differently, more full and epic aspect, but I like to use both. I like to usually use first the melodic bass parts and then gradually make them in the arrangement fold into the longer parts, so it creates nice kind of mood that the music is playing, there is something going on, there is a groove here with the bass, but then suddenly I call it epicness of the music is rising and the fullness of the music is rising, and we can experience this whole full spectrum of all of different sounds together by using these longer bass lines. Let's give a listen to all of them. These are the bass lines. They are a little bit longer. Every one of them has this unique flavor, unique melody here. I just didn't want to waste so much time on just putting these bass lines in the full spectrum, but you can get a sense, I think, on how unique they are from each other. Another instruments are arpeggios and melodies from all of the different instruments that I've recorded for the last 3 years when I was producing my beats. And these are covering different melodies from samples to flute to sitar, different ethnic instruments, electronic samples. They are playing well together with all of the previous instruments that we've explored here. Let's give them a listen. These are the Arps and Melodies. You can add them on top of already existing piece of music. They gives you this kind of a little bit extra flavor of some kind of etheric instrument playing on top of the solid melodic structure of the beat. Just additional extra flavor of different instruments on top of the music. And the last thing here, we have patent ambient sounds, which will give you the ambient structure for the whole session. And it's nice to implement these sounds. I like to implement it at the end and at the beginning of my breathwork session, but as well I sometimes like to add this mood with the combination of with the drums, to give this kind of general mood for the emotion, but at the same time don't overwhelm with different melodies, and just have this kind of ambient solid drone in the background and play some rhythm with the drums on top of it. It's a unique combination. I really like to use only these two pieces for creating the mood for breathing. Let's play along with all of these parts. That's basically it, all of the samples that are included in the sample pack. I hope this additional piece of video was helpful in some way to you and explained much deeper the nuances of this template and the philosophy behind it and behind creating it. I will be recording other videos where I will be improvising with this template, and I will be recording beats live, exploring even more the deepest parts of the possibilities of this template. So I hope you will like this kind of content as well. And if you are new to this channel, if you are seeing this video for the first time and you are wondering in which way this kind of breathwork music could be implemented into bigger structure and create a bigger arrangement with this music that we are creating here, I highly recommend you to check my previous videos. It's a series of videos where I explain step by step every process I go through when I approach creating music for breathwork journey and creating whole breathwork journey basically from the scratch. So if you would like to get to know my full process on how to create full breathwork session from the scratch, check out the video series on creating customized music for breathwork journeys. That will be it for today. Thank you for watching and see you in another video.